Hi, everybody. It's Jennifer Cooper with JKC Mobile Notary, and I know it's been a while since I've seen you here. I'm so happy to tell you that I will be back in January. I've taken a little break, but I'm ready to come back, and I'm really excited about the content change I'm going to be offering. I am a notary and a loan signing agent, and I've worked really hard at trying to stay away from talking directly to notaries, as they are not my target market, but they're my peers. And so this blog channel or this vlog channel or this YouTube channel is going to be about notaries, for notaries, about women in business, about entrepreneurship, and really a more encompassing thing that has to do more with notaries. And I'm excited about it. But today, for our last video for this year, I want to talk to you about how to go about setting SMART goals. I'm sure you're hearing about this everywhere. I'm sure you're seeing it everywhere. I have a blog post that's come out about it. It's a big topic of discussion because we're coming into a new year, and in new years come new goals. And so I want to help get you started on the right foot by kind of outlining what SMART goals are, where they came from, why they're important, and how to set one up. So if you're into that, then stick around and we'll get started. Okay, if you're new here or this is your first time watching one of these videos, my name is Jennifer Cooper. I'm a notary public in the Central Valley of California, and I just want to share my journey with you and things I've learned along the way to help you with your journey. Whether you're a notary or just a business owner, this is the season of side hustles that have taken on lives of their own, and so you may be in a new territory, and that's what I want to talk about with you on this channel. But today, like I said earlier, we're going to talk about SMART goals, and so I'm excited to get into that with you today. So since we're here in this season of kind of getting into setting goals, I think it's important to understand how to set goals so that you'll be successful at achieving them. I've talked a lot and I've written a lot about goal setting and how important it is in your personal life and specifically in your business life, because a dream without a plan is just, a goal without a plan is just a dream, right? Is that right? Anyways, writing them down, how to write them down, how to structure them, that sort of thing, so that they become the most effective tools for your personal growth that they can possibly be. The acronym SMART was coined in November 1981 by George Duran, Arthur Miller, and James Cunningham for a scholastic paper geared towards corporations. Since then, the acronym has become a gold standard for many on how to set and execute their goals. So today, we're going to walk through the SMART goal and why this could work for you. So if you don't know what that acronym stands for, SMART is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Sometimes the R they use is realistic, but the original is relevant. So S for specific, M for measurable, A for achievable, R for relevant, and T for time-bound. We're going to break those down in case they sound confusing. So specific is who, what, where, when, which, and why. Your goal should state that. Measurable is having a way to measure success. So I have a couple examples in my blog post that I will use here, but we'll get into that a little bit. Achievable is how will you accomplish it? Do you have the tools or skills? If not, how and when will you get them? Relevant, does this goal make sense for you, for your life, for your lifestyle? And time-bound, this goal cannot be open-ended. It needs a timetable, a start and end date or time. That is the structure of a SMART goal. So the idea is that every time you write a goal, it fulfills those 5 requirements, right? So I have a SMART goal for you so we can break it down. And this came from the oshu.edu site. By Sunday night, I'm going to increase my total weekly exercise minutes from 150 minutes to 180 minutes by adding 10 minutes to each of my 3 walks this week. I'm going to read it again. By Sunday night, I'm going to increase my total weekly exercise minutes from 150 minutes to 180 minutes by adding 10 minutes to each of my 3 walks. So let's break that down if that is a SMART goal. Was it specific? Did it give you a who, what, where, when, which, and why? Yes, it did. I'm going to increase, let's see, the whole thing really fills in the specifics for the S. So let's just skip on past the measurable. How does this person have a way to measure success? And in the section of 150 minutes to 180 minutes by adding 10 minutes to each 3 of my walks this week. That 10-minute interval is the measurable interval, right? Achievable. This is kind of a weird one for me because I don't know this guy's life or this person's life. I don't know how often they're doing this. It sounds like they're walking 3 times a week already for 150 minutes, right? Is part of how this goal is stated. I am already doing this. But my goal is to add 10 minutes to this. So I am walking longer for my 3 walks per week. So when we are asking if a goal is achievable, this is a personal question for yourself. Okay. If part of one of your goals is to, buy a $40 million mansion and you're making 30 grand a year, and this isn't your goal for this year, is that achievable for your life? Not really. I think one of the best things about this acronym and these rules for setting up a goal that they've set is that it helps you bring down to earth, your reality, what is really possible. This is not suggesting you don't reach for the moon. It's suggesting you set up a plan of action on how you're going to reach the moon in the time frame that you're setting up, right? So, okay, that was achievable. Relevant. I think that kind of ties into achievable right now because he's already walking. I don't know who it is, are already walking 3 times a week at 150 minutes. So I think this is completely relevant to their life. And then time bound by Sunday night. That last sentence, not last sentence, but the first sentence, by Sunday night, I'm going to increase my total weekly exercise from 150 minutes. They gave a deadline. So who knows when they're writing this? What if they're writing this on a Monday, right? They're giving themselves a week. So it's clearly not a month and it's not a year, but it's giving it a time bound expectation, right? So I'm going to give you another SMART goal. And if I can get them up on the screen, I'm not great at this. But if I can, I will. But let's see this one and let's see if you guys can help break it down. Spend 2 days per month building my customer understanding by shadowing teammates in operations and sales. Deliver a write-up at the end on key learnings to the rest of the team. That's the goal. So specific, building customer understanding, right? Measurable, 2 days a month. Achievable. Well, again, I'm going to go back to the fact that I can't determine what's achievable for you and you can't for me because you don't live my life and I don't live your life. So I'm going to assume, yes, it is. Relevant. Again, it's kind of like achievable as we can't dictate that for somebody else's life if we don't know the picture. But assuming this person's already working in this situation, I would say yes. Time bound. The only time that this goal gives us is the 2 days a month. So I don't see an end date. I don't see a like end of quarter or end of month or whatever. So I would say that that's probably missing a super clear time bound part of this goal. Here's one of my goals for 2023. By the end of the first quarter, I will add 15 minutes of yoga every day to my daily morning routine. Okay. Specific. I'm adding 15 minutes worth of yoga to my daily morning routine. Measurable. By the end of the first quarter. Achievable. Adding 15 minutes worth of yoga is out of the ordinary for me. I regularly practice yoga, so I would say as this is my goal, yes, it's achievable. Relevant. This SMART goal specifically is part of a larger annual goal towards my health. My health goals are really big this year, and I have talked about it before, I'm really chunking things up into much smaller steps by quarter, sometimes by month, to achieve the big annual goals. So yes, I would say it's relevant and time bound by the end of the first quarter. It's in the first line of the goal. Do you guys see why, what the purpose is for organizing your goals that way? And instead of just saying, I want to lose 100 pounds this year. Sorry, my mic. That's great to want that. That's great to, but that's not a goal. That's a desire. That's a dream. It's got no teeth. How do you go about losing 100? Look, is 100 pounds a month a lot? Yeah. I mean, that number 100 is a lot. But if you break it up over 52 weeks, it's about 2 pounds a week. So no, it's not undoable. But you have to break all those pieces down to make that big goal at the end of the year achievable by achieving a series of smaller goals. So like for me, the yoga, the 15 minutes of daily yoga by the end of the first quarter, what you don't know is for the first month of the year, I'm doing Adrienne's 30-day yoga challenge on YouTube, starting with the 2nd of January. And 3 days a week after that, I'm doing a really short HIIT workout in my gym. That's what I'm doing the first month of January. That's not what my schedule will be in February or March or April, May or June, right? But that's what I'm doing because I've been so out of it for so long that I'm taking it a little bit easier because I know myself. I'll say, okay, this year I'm going to do this workout and this workout and this workout. And I will have, like a meal when you haven't eaten in a long time, taken too much of a big bite, and I'll never, ever, ever achieve it. So I have a big goal. It's to lose 100 pounds. In that goal, there's about a dozen. It's to do yoga every day. It's to become completely and totally on a whole food diet, meaning getting rid of all processed foods. That's a huge goal, right? Because we live in the world of convenience and process. So there's a lot of things happening in that. So what I'm trying to tell you is that by organizing your goal in this way, it kind of gives your goal legs, right? It gives maybe the bigger part of your goals that year a bunch of legs to get to the location you want to get to. I wrote in a blog post about smaller steps, to take big projects or big things and take smaller steps. And I used this reference. And one of the things I talked about was just stopping eating potato chips. If I did that, I would lose 2 pounds a week, 8 pounds a month. One thing in 1 month would meet my monthly goals that are part of a bigger picture, right? So what I would encourage you to do as we're getting closer to the end of this year is take some time. Take some time from your work. Take some time from your family. Sit down with a notebook or I like power sheets. I do that to help break down my goals into smaller pieces. My planner is a full focus planner. I've talked about it a dozen times, and it's a really goal focused planner. But you could use a notebook, you guys, but writing it down is super important, and structuring it in a way that allows you to live in the real world while still pushing yourself to get better at what you do will undoubtedly give you a better chance at being successful. It'll give you a better chance at still pushing towards this goal in March, right? And so I hope that this is helpful. And I'm sure you guys have heard people talk about SMART goals, and I am not the authority. It's just what I've been learning this year specifically, really starting to get a handle of. Because if you go back and look at my planners over the last couple of years, my goals are statements. They're not structured goals. And I've failed at a lot of them. This year, I had a big goal of quitting smoking, and I did quit smoking. I've been smoking since I was 15. I'll be 45 in April. So huge thing, but I replaced it with something else that's not as bad, but it's still not good. So that one has to go this year too. I've had successes, but none of them were because I was really focused on biting that elephant one bite at a time, for example, right? Instead of just making these giant goals and then you gave up on day 3 of the new year because it was too hard. Well, I'm not doing that to myself this year. This year, I'm not giving myself any reason to fail. Not fail my body, my health, my family, my business. I'm not giving myself any reason to fail. So small steps, small successes, break a goal, a big goal up into 12 or more smaller steps, and structure your goals with that acronym. People have been using it since the 1980s, guys. It's worked for businesses and corporations and educational platforms, and so many of the authors like Miracle Morning from Hal Elrod talk about it. I mean, it's just everywhere. And to understand exactly why it's important and why it works, I encourage you to put it into practice. So I'm looking forward to seeing you guys. Videos will start coming out again on Sundays after the first of the year. And we will just get into some fun stuff. I'm looking forward to it. Until then, I wish you the best. I wish you happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and I hope that you enjoy your time with your family and take a good rest because you need it, and get ready for a brand new awesome year, because with everything that we've experienced the last 2-3 years, I don't think we could be more ready for a brand new start. So until next time, see you later. Bye.